What's up, everybody? We are live. It's the Reseller Wake Up, episode 27. This is a Tuesday, November 18th, and we're more than halfway through November already. Can you guys believe it? We're like, week and a half? Yeah, a week and a half away from Black Friday. That's insane. You guys, anybody else looking forward to Black Friday? Anybody ready? Anybody ready for those lines and the shoulder-to-shoulders and the fighting over big screen TVs and memory cards? No? No.
I will not be doing
Friday this year.
I'm totally going to be right in the middle of that.
I don't know. The only reason I wouldn't do Black Friday this year is if I decide to do the show instead. But yeah, if I go out, then I probably won't be doing the show, which that makes me sad.
I was volunteered by my wife that I need to go sit in a line to get her a 60-inch smart TV.
You got to go. You said you're not going to?
I was voluntold by my wife that I have to.
Oh, okay. How much is it?
Voluntold is a great word.
Wrap up some tamales and Christmas wrap, you'll be good.
So what's the deal on it? 60-inch smart TV. That's all I heard. Where's it at, and how much is it?
I think it's like $600 or $700. I forget where she said it was at, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Black Friday. I do Black Friday every year, man. I have so much fun, but I don't mind crowds, you know. And I kind of have fun when people start to try to push me around.
No, I'm not going to do that. I did it one time and never again.
Oh no, bad experience.
Yeah, it was just I had I had a bunch of my nieces and nephews with me when they were younger kids, so that wasn't fun as well. It's just I think there was 6 of them. They were all going different directions. I was about to put them in leashes.
One thing I don't see a whole lot of are little kids when I go out on Black Friday. It's almost all adults, but yeah,
They're all home alone.
Last year I went out. It wasn't bad at all. I only went to a couple stores though. I went to Best Buy. They had like a 46-inch LED TV for $150 or something like that. It was really cheap, and I got one of them. I was one of the first ones in line, and I mean they started at 10 o'clock at night now. You know, you don't have to be in line at 5 a.m. anymore and like camp out all night to make sure you're the first one through the door. I mean, they're if you show up at 10, then you'll probably get what you want to get. But
are they going to do it this year again, where they open up their stores on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, probably. They're trying to get that money, man. They want to get people in. They want their store to be the first one that you shop at, because all the big ticket items, like once most people buy 1 or 2 big ticket items, that's it. They're not going to go out and buy any more. And if they're so excited about Black Friday that they're going to be so excited about Black Friday that they're going to go to the first place that will let them come in and shop. And if they buy that big ticket item there, then they're not going to have the money to go on to the next place and buy any of those.
What? You mean nobody signed up for all the store credit cards beforehand?
Hell no.
No.
Well, I mean, I get it.
I did see a story or something where people in California were already camped out waiting for Black Friday like 3 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, but people do that
Would
just for
free
making
house
some
for
videos.
cars?
Huh?
They would have to be giving away a free house or a free car to make me camp out somewhere.
Yeah, maybe they're homeless. They just lost their house. They want to buy that big screen TV, so when they move into their new place, then you know they've got that 3 weeks or so of no income where they found a place that'll actually let them camp out. You know the stores like the publicity.
You mean your Walmart doesn't turn into the Walmart daycare center like mine does?
Right.
I think more stores should put daycares in them like IKEA does.
Shit, I think the people around here think that Walmart is a daycare center.
Yeah, exactly.
Just let their kids run free in there, man.
I used to have like 5 little kids sitting in front of a TV over in the electronics department.
They got the toys out. They're riding bicycles down the aisles.
We don't like this show. Can we change the show?
Yeah, Danica's sleeping in again. Man, I should call her. If anybody's got her number.
Nope.
What's up,
What?
Jake?
One
What's
eight.
going on, guys? How you been?
Good.
And
How was the weekend?
It was good. Good weekend.
Get anything
Oh.
sold or just hang out?
did you expand
Um,
that a little?
I don't know.
Are you sure about that?
Ask me in a half hour.
Have some more coffee. That's what it is.
No, mostly we just hung out. Hung out with the family. Didn't really do much.
Yeah, there's no excuses this morning, Jake. It's Tuesday. Yesterday you had
Oh.
it was Monday.
Yeah, it's right. Today is Tuesday.
I was thinking today was Monday.
What do you guys think? Should I call Danica? See what she's doing?
I don't have her number.
I do.
She's
Yeah.
probably sleeping in for a reason.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to bother her. She's on like every freaking day. If she wants to take a day off, I'm cool.
That fibro's probably kicking her ass right now.
Exactly.
Go off on a fibro phone rage.
Yeah, it's Tuesday morning. What's everybody doing today? What's everybody's plans?
I'm staying my butt inside.
I should do a YouTube video of how I'm like working through my hoard of crap in my basement and organizing everything because I still got a lot of work to do, and I worked all day on it yesterday and it still looks like crap.
Ronnie Hart's in the chat.
Ronnie Hart. Oh, by the way, Ronnie, you're gonna be on tomorrow, right? He's supposed. I had him scheduled, but he's trying to use that voice to chat thing on Facebook, going back and forth, and you could barely understand what the sentence. What he's trying to say.
She made it.
She made it. She's alive. What's up, Danica?
Hey, sorry. Google's being just super weird for me on the Hangouts yesterday and today.
I'm using Chrome today. Yeah.
Well, my kids, I can't use their laptop because it keeps saying that I have to install the plugin when the plugin's already installed, and it won't.
I think Java made all the plugins.
It's so broken.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go, Paul. That's what I'm doing today. Taking those bad boys to UPS.
Sweet.
Damn.
Six
Yeah,
more
I
boxes.
had 2 of those yesterday.
That's 21 boxes over the weekend, dude. I'm on fire.
Elvia's kicking butt, ain't she?
Elvia is kicking butt. She might be in the
All
chat.
that retail arbitrage. Which store and what item did you get? No.
I'll write it all down and send it right to you.
All right, put it on snail mail.
Yeah,
we
just
need
put
the
it in
store and the prices too.
Yeah, just an Excel document, a breakdown of all the prices, how much you pay, how much you plan on selling it for an FBA, so I can undercut you by 2 cents.
I'm going to put all of the Christmas cards. I'm going to send it with the Christmas cards that I had already meant to send to you guys.
Same ones from last year. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't make you work like that, Mike. Just send me a PDF. I'll be fine.
Costs too much money. PDFs cost me money.
Right? Yeah. Oh, we had some questions in the comments yesterday after the show went off air. Somebody was asking when it's worth it to send an FBA shipment in. We talk about it every once in a while, but there was she had like one item or something. Like, is it ever worth it to send one item in? And my answer to that is, yeah, it can be. I mean, basically, you have to do the math. You have to decide, figure out kind of how much everything's worth, how much the entire shipment is going to sell for, how much you have into it. I mean, if I've got 5 items and it's going to cost, $6 to ship everything, I paid, $5 per item, and I'm going to sell those items for like $30 a piece, then it's a no-brainer. Of course, I'm going to send that in as soon as possible. I think a lot of people fall into the trap of waiting until their shipment is giant. The reason that one thing if you're following the Facebook groups and you don't know much about FBA, you see people brag about how huge their FBA shipments are. You know, you get guys like Picker Army there that has 30 boxes and takes a big picture, and it's like, yep, this is my FBA shipment for the day, and then you go to send yours in, and it's like, I only have like 10 items. Is it even worth it? I mean, it is, guys. You just have to pay attention, like I said, to how much you're actually getting per item, uh, and how much you're going to be making. I mean, if it's going to be profitable and you're tripling your money on the items after all the fees and all the shipping and everything, just send the freaking thing in, because it's not going to do you any good sitting on your kitchen table while you wait another 2 days to get out to another place to get some more sourcing done. You know, I
Or
mean,
like me, where it takes me 2 or 3 months to accumulate enough items that I feel like I can send them in.
Right.
you can't fall into that trap. You cannot. If you do that, then you'll never be successful.
Yeah, I have stuff that I bought for FBA back in May. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, I mean, and the thing about FBA is if you're not quick on the gun, you may have possibly just wasted all of your money because the price is tanked by now.
Yeah, the prices fluctuate. I mean, you might get lucky and maybe you buy a toy that becomes discontinued and you sat on it for 2 months or whatever, and then all of a sudden now the toy's worth, $30 and you've got it in FBA for 15 or 20, but you've got to go back through and double check everything. You've got to do all your pricing again. You've got to update everything. It's just not worth it, guys. Get the freaking shipment shipped in. I mean, it's the same thing with eBay. Your products don't sell themselves unless it's listed. It's not worth the money that you think it's worth, because there's no chance you're going to get $30 for that jacket that you paid $2 for until it's listed. I mean, if it's just sitting in a box, then it's just sitting in a box and you wasted your money.
Well, let me ask you this: how often do you guys go into your Amazon and check all your prices on all your items that are in there?
Once a week.
Once a week?
Once a week. For me. I don't know about Michael, the FBA king over there, but I do it once a week.
I don't know if I'm the king. I'm just the FBA apprentice.
Oh. How often do you do it, Mike?
Well, I didn't hear the question. I was actually going to ask.
How often do you go in and check on your prices on your items that are already there?
Well, I suggest doing it at least once a week, probably like 2 or 3 times a week during fourth quarter, but that's not what I do. That's my suggestion.
Time, people think time.
Hey, do as I say, not as I do. That's basically what it goes
I only have like 500 items in FBA inventory right now, so it's really easy and quick for me. I mean, they send you a link. I don't go through and check every item. I just go by Amazon's suggested, like the suggested updates, the stuff that they want me to update. Like right now, I've got 34 items that they suggest that I update the pricing on, and I'll go and double check those every day just to see if they change. And like yesterday, I went and I changed I had a country music video game or something. It was some game that I'd never heard of for the Wii. I'd paid like $3 for it. I had it listed for $25. Amazon, the lowest price on Amazon was like $12 plus shipping, so it came out to like $15 or $16. The lowest price on FBA was like $18, so I lowered mine to $20 and sold it last night. It sold immediately. So I mean, you don't have to always be the lowest price, and you don't have to pay too much attention. Like as long as you do your pricing right up front, then eventually your stuff will sell. But I mean, once I don't know. For me, I'm probably gonna start going through a little bit closer, but I mean, a lot of the stuff that I send in is one-ofs. I'm kind of careful to do that. I'm not a shelf clearer. The only time I'll clear a shelf is if I find something that I'm gonna make a lot on. Like if I'm spending $1 to make 5, then I'll clear the shelf. Or if I'm spending $1 to make 10, then I'll clear the shelf. But I mean, if I'm just tripling my money, and it's like a 200,000 ranked item, then I'll pay $3 to sell something for $10 or $12 all day long. But I don't buy more than 1 or 2 of each item because I don't want to have to pay attention to how many I have in stock at the end of the year. So I mean, it's like some of the places that I go to, some of the dollar stores and everything. You can buy 1 of each thing and walk out of there spending like $3 or $4 per item, and have $100 worth of inventory in your cart, and everything will sell for $15, $20. You know?
I cleared a shelf last night, but it was for personal reasons. They had the Hallmark Frozen ornaments at the grocery store, and I bought the Elsa and the Anna and the Olaf for my daughter and her friend. And they only had 2 per store, so.
Oh wow, you should
I
check the
cleared the
price on
shelf,
those.
but it was, for a gift.
Yeah. Did you actually scan them and check them on
I
Amazon?
did, and I could have totally have not given the other ones as a gift.
Oh, okay.
But if you're looking for them, the funny place where they were was in the card section. They weren't on the Christmas aisle. They were with the cards, the beauty cards, which I thought was really strange because they had all the other ornaments over in the Christmas section.
So I do have a question for everybody in the chat. This morning we did something a little different. I posted some ads on Craigslist, and I had some of the people on the panel post an ad on Craigslist to basically send a link to put a link to the show out there. And I would be kind of interested to see if anybody actually saw that ad and got here via that ad. I'm probably going to start doing it every couple of mornings, just to drive some traffic, try and find different ways to, get people here to watch. But if anybody got here from Craigslist, then just go ahead and mention it over there in the chat bar so we can see if it's actually doing any good. But most of the time we just post links in the groups. Speaking of which, my group, the Reseller Wakeup, I think Caesar hit it out of the park last night when he went over and did the banner again. And I mean, it turned out really good, and I'm thinking that might be the one that we use. But we're still looking for ideas. We're still looking for suggestions. If you click on my group, the Reseller Wakeup on Facebook, you'll see this very poorly drawn banner. And yeah, whatever, Mike. You'll see this very poorly drawn picture, basically, that I did up. It's just a little mock-up of what I had in mind for the banner for the show. And you guys have a better idea, or if you think you can make something that's better than what's already been submitted, or something that's completely different than anything that's already been submitted, feel free to show me what you got. I want to see it. And I am doing a giveaway. Whoever finishes the best banner, whoever's banner I use, basically, gonna get a little cell phone holder. These are great for making videos when you're in your car or whatever. I mean, I don't suggest that you drive and record, but it's just a perfect little spot right there in your windshield. But this thing, like I said, it's a cell phone holder. It's just a giant clip. It suctions onto your windshield. You can also, there's a sticky thing you can attach to it to attach to like a dash or like a table or something if you're making a video at home and you're just using your cell phone. Just makes it really easy. And that's the one that I use. That's the one that Golden Finger Picker uses. He actually told me about it, and so I went and picked one up myself, started using it, and then I found that one when I was out sourcing one day, so I grabbed it for a giveaway. So if you've got a good banner idea, please let me see it. Just go and join the Facebook group, the Reseller Wakeup, and submit it there. And if yours gets picked, then you're getting a cell phone clip.
So you said that me and Caesar we're neck and neck, right? Like.
Yeah, you're neck and neck, Mike. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's pretty incredible, Mike. Wow.
You're very creative.
I made some changes from the first one, so
yeah,
I'm gonna upgrade this one as well.
We did have another question in the chat from the video yesterday. What is a pagel? And I don't even know what a pagel is. I've got an idea what a pagel is, but we're going to have Brian explain this one because he knows exactly what it is.
A pagel could be.
Wait. Let me open Urban Dictionary so I can enter this in. I got to get the proper definition so I can put it into Urban Dictionary right now.
A pagel or pageling could either be A, quick flip or a profit, or B, just a plain out mistake in your listing.
Where you try and sell like a $5 or a $30 item and you accidentally put it up for $15 and it sells right away. That would be a pretty good pagel.
or you pagel it in a sale for turn and burn,
Yeah.
or you pagel it on a sale at the wrong percentage sale price and forget it's there.
Yeah. So it has nothing to do with Old Navy, though, right?
No, that last one was more like a big Nerf gun that he had.
Yeah. Actually, I was looking at one of his posts yesterday where he was talking about with somebody about what to sell on eBay or something like that. And I saw your comment, and I was in a bar. I was in a bar sitting there just looking at my phone, and all of a sudden I just started busting out laughing, and everybody just turned and looked at me like, what the hell?
I was sitting there debating if I should take that opportunity.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty good.
just said, I doed it. I doed it.
Yeah, for those that didn't see that post, Chad was talking to somebody about what to sell on Old Navy and or on eBay, and Brian just typed Old Navy.
They were asking us, like, you got a nice setup, what do you sell? Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was his new setup. It was Chad's new garage. It's like, what do you sell on eBay? That's an awesome setup. And Brian's like, Old Navy.
If I didn't do it, somebody else would have.
Yeah, coming from you though, you nailed it on the head. No, guys, but just in case you don't get the inside jokes around here every once in a while, we got to give Chad crap for his Old Navy comments and his turn and burn comments, and he's not here today to defend himself, but he'll come on eventually if we keep talking about him.
That's because he may not be too big today, or maybe he is, I don't know.
He's just getting too big for the show, that's all. We're going to have to start having him on as a special guest if we want to keep having him on. Yeah, but
I think we should have some of these people in the audience come on every now and then.
well, I tell people that this is an open hang. Well, it's not open. You have to get with me first. I don't want some crazy person to come on live and just start.
Well, that describes all of us, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, come into the hangouts after the show. We open it up after we go off the air, and talk to us if you want to come on. Just let us know who you are. Let us know a little bit about you, and if you want to come on the show, just say the word, and we'll have you on. Like right now, we got 3 slots on the panel. We could have anybody come on, but like I said,
What'd you call me?
I wasn't talking to you, Mike. What are you?
Say it to my face.
What did I do?
What?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, this is too early for Chad, Ronnie says.
Yeah, that's...
Too early for Logan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, wait a minute, he's on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, I'm waking up way before him, he can wake up.
Oh, right? I mean, I'm up at mountain time every day. I got this thing set up an hour before the show starts. So I'm first person here every morning. But I guess nobody saw us from Craigslist, so maybe that's a waste of time. But
you're going to have to make up for that hour now. You're going to be an hour late next show, one of these shows, right?
Oh, eventually I'm gonna sleep in. I mean, I can't make it every day, but I've been going for 27 episodes straight. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can tell by the pile around you.
Yeah, you get to see it change every once in a while. Stuff sells, stuff gets added to the pile.
That ought to be the new giveaway. Just pick something out from around his desk.
Nothing up my sleeve? What am I going to pick?
Let's see. Oh, how about these Air Jordans? I couldn't look them. I tried to look them up. I couldn't find anything on them. I suck at looking up Air Jordans, but they're Air Jordans.
Yeah, it's getting close to Thanksgiving. What's everybody's plans for Thanksgiving?
Well, that'll be the first day that we miss the show because I'm not doing it Thanksgiving. There's no show on Thanksgiving, just to remind everybody. Maybe on Black Friday, I don't know yet, but definitely not Thanksgiving. But,
so I was out
everybody's plans.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what is everybody's plans for Thanksgiving? What are you going to do, Paul?
Nothing. I'm letting my wife handle it. I'm just going to show up. Whatever happens, happens. I'm getting ready in advance of Thanksgiving by trying to get this shit organized as much as possible and make the house presentable. So that's a good week job or so. What about you guys?
I'm going to eat food.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna do what I do every day: eat all the food I possibly can.
Seafood diet. What about you, James?
Probably going to volunteer at a food bank.
Oh, that's cool.
Show off.
I do it every year.
Need something to do for sure. I should start
We
volunteering.
are getting both sides of my family together for the first time.
Oh boy.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Aren't you married?
Definitely have to have a video camera going during that.
You're not
Yeah,
married?
it's going to be fun.
They didn't come together for the wedding?
Well, I mean, first time for a holiday, both sides of instead of doing it separately.
Gotcha. Yeah, we usually get together, but my wife and my families are both really small. You know, I've got one brother, she's an only child. So it's really, she just has people come in from all over the country, like family and stuff, fly here because she's convinced everybody how awesome Colorado is. So they always try to come and check it out, and we're usually the ones that they spend most time with. So. Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a holiday guy. I don't really care about them that much. It's something for the kids more than anything, I think. You know, it's an excuse to take a day off. That's about it. What about you, Deborah? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You doing all the cooking?
No, I think I actually might be taking a trip to Virginia. So it's about 90% sure that my dad's going to drive with me and we're going to go up to Virginia.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So when you do that, are you going to have Chris Talbot watch the kids?
I will. I'm going to leave the webcam on and he can watch the children and I'll be gone for 5 days. So I'll leave a cell phone with him.
Just take them to Walmart, and drop them off, pick them up when you get back.
No,
That's a good mom, Deb.
Take him to IKEA.
There you go.
IKEA.
Like Amy's response, she said she's boycotting Thanksgiving and sending her husband and son to his parents, while she relishes the time alone.
Yeah. So anybody have any interesting sales lately? I sold an N64 the other day for $100. I was kind of surprised. Like an old Nintendo.
Nice.
I've been selling those on eBay for a long time. I usually get, I don't know if any of you have ever sold them, but if you sell them a lot, you know the difference between the ones with the expansion and the ones without the expansion. Like they've got this little thing in the front. And I'll just show you guys since I happen to have a Nintendo 64 sitting right here. They've got the little lid, you know, in the front. And if that thing is red, then it's got an expansion. Can you guys see me now?
No.
No.
Oh, everybody froze up. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. I can hear you, but you just can't see me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. No, but okay. So you don't have to see me for this, but the
Holy crap. Oh, that's right.
the Nintendo 64s, they've got a little lid on the front of it, and inside there's like a little box thing, it's a memory card. But the ones that are red with the little holes in them are an expansion, and that just makes it so that can you see me now, guys?
No.
No? Okay. You all started moving, so I thought maybe you could see me now. But the expansion just makes it worth like $20 more or whatever. If it's a little black thing, then it's just a jumper pack, which is just like a placeholder. But anyway, without the expansion, I usually sell these things for like $50, and with the expansion, I get like 60, 65. But I just went ahead and sent one to Amazon for the hell of it, and it sold in like a week for $100. So that was just an example of FBA, how much more you can get for stuff on FBA. And I mean that just keeps happening, you know. I mean I sent a couple of PS2s in for $70 a pop. They haven't sold yet, but I'm sure they will. And then another thing that happened to me yesterday. I sold a video game, and I thought that I had deleted it from eBay, but apparently I relisted it without realizing it, and I sent it to Amazon FBA, and it didn't sell on FBA yet. So this is the first time, like my first experience with selling something on multiple platforms. I just did the
Unintended drop shipping.
yeah, exactly. What's that called when you have to recall an item out of your inventory and have Amazon send it back to you? Do any of you guys know?
A removal order.
A removal order, that's what it's called. Yeah. So I did a removal order, and I just had it shipped to the person that bought the game.
Mhm.
So we're gonna see how that works out. I mean, when you do the removal order, Amazon doesn't even ask you, or they don't pre-fill any information, and they don't care where you're sending the item. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'm still kind of nervous about it because I don't like doing anything where the more I have to micromanage like my listings and everything, the more that I want to stay away from whatever it is that I'm working on. You know, I just don't want to deal with micromanaging every little detail of my business. You know, I want to list it and forget it, and when it sells, cool. I know where it's at. I'll just go grab it, or even better, sell it on Amazon. Definitely. When it comes to Amazon, it's all list it and forget it. I don't even. I try
This
not
is
to.
Amazon, not Ronco.
What's that?
This is Amazon, not Ronco.
Oh, somebody make a comment in the chat.
No. It's just list it and forget it. Yeah. You know, like the Ronco rotisserie, set it, forget it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I love about Amazon.
Yeah. So Brandy said that she sells the expansion separate. The only reason I stopped selling the expansion separate is because this is for the Nintendo 64. So that little expansion pack, you can sell it separately and get 25 whatever. But I've noticed that whether you sell them separately or not, like you can either have two listings, one for like $50 and one for 25, or one for 45 and one for 70 or whatever, or you can put them together and get the same amount of money in one listing. So I just sell them together. The only reason I do that. You can break up those systems pretty well. They break up very nicely as replacement consoles. And with the Nintendo 64s, as long as you keep an extra jumper pack around to test it, you can sell it without the jumper pack for. I usually get about $25 or $30 for the console, another $10 to $15 for the power supply, the cable, the little AV cable, that proprietary one. If it's official Nintendo, I'll get $7 or $8 for that, and then I'll get about $20 or more, depending on what color it is for the controller. Actually, the shipment that I sent in yesterday, I sent a clear purple controller, and some of those controllers go for a lot. I put it up for $50 just to see what it would do, because mine was the only one that came with the original box. So I sent it in as collectible, very good, for $50, and we'll see if that goes or not. Just put a bunch of really good pictures in my listing. Like when I'm doing FBA listings, I don't always do pictures. I don't even do pictures that often anymore, but with stuff like that, especially if I'm selling something as collectible, I'll make sure and take good pictures and include those with the listing because, I mean, if you're listing it as collectible, then a collector wants the item, most likely, right? So you want to make sure that they see exactly and know exactly what they're getting when you're doing that listing. What about, do you guys do pictures on everything, or do you do pictures on anything for FBA?
You were talking about splitting up items, and I think Deb had a interesting story about.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, a lot of my business is parting out small appliances. I changed that niche about a year ago, and it's been awesome for me. But I had this happen for the very first time. I bought a unit. It was a Betty Crocker rotisserie, and it was real big. I mean, like, size of a microwave, And so I took it all apart. I took all the pieces out, and then I was like, okay, what am I going to do with this big oven piece? I was like, I can't take any more parts off. Maybe I'll just throw it away. And then I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and list it. So I put it up for like a really cheap price, like $24.95 plus shipping. And I got an offer yesterday on it for like $15. And I was like, all right, I'll take it, because I only paid $7.99 for the whole unit anyway. And so I get the offer, accept the offer, and then all of a sudden I start getting all of these offers, right? and they're really low, and I'm looking at it, and the guy is basically buying all of the pieces for the machine, and he's going to put it all back together. So my machine has been reparted, basically reassembled, and so I got like 6 sales out of it, and it came out to like $78 for the whole unit that he paid for everything to put it all back together. Was reparted.
You should put it back together for him.
Yeah.
He gets mad because I didn't send it in individual boxes. That's going to be a different story.
Defect on each one. Item not as described.
Yeah.
What the hell? It's put together. I bought it separately so I could put it together.
I hate this lady. She took away all my joy.
He's gonna
That's
put
his
them all on
hobby.
his Christmas tree.
You ruined his hobby.
I've actually been selling a lot of parts lately. One of the things that I've been doing when I'm taking pictures is I'll take the picture before I clean the item, and then I'll clean the item so that the person like buys it, and I keep getting feedback like, oh my god, it was so much cleaner when I got it than the picture said.
Why are they buying dirty stuff anyway?
Well, you can clean it
Your
yourself.
question in regards to taking pictures for FBA items.
I have done that with shoes where I didn't clean the soles as well as I wiped them off, but I didn't like do a real thorough cleaning, so that way, they could kind of see a little bit of defect in them just in case they got the shoe, and then they can't complain because it's way cleaner when they got it. So I can understand doing that.
Well, I do that too. I'll take the pictures where they're still little rocks, but then when I go to list them, or when I go to ship them, I'll look at them and be like, what the? These things are filthy. And then I'll sit there and clean them before I ship them out.
Usually after I go sourcing, I'll put the items out, clean them up. Then I take pictures of all the items. Then I figure out if I'm going to sell it on eBay and Amazon. And yeah, FBA, I put pictures up on the items I sell.
For everything?
Yep.
Yeah, I was doing that on my first shipment. Second shipment, I did everything that wasn't quite right, like stuff that didn't look as good. And then for this last one, I'm just like, whatever. Or the last few, I just stopped taking the pictures. I mean, like if I do I think that Nintendo 64 sold because I took really good pictures of it. And, I mean, they turned out nice. So I'm getting to the point where my pictures are good enough that they look pretty professional now. But
my reason for that, taking pictures and posting pictures on FBA, is when you go to look at them, I mean, almost nobody has pictures. And whatever you can do to have your item stand out above the rest of them, go ahead and do it.
yeah, I mean, short of having the buy box, the best way to get attention to your listing is to have really good pictures. Because if you, like most people that go to Amazon, they just search for the item and then they buy whatever's in the buy box. That's why you want the buy box. That's why you gotta. People like go to great lengths to fight for the buy box. Me, I don't really care that much about getting it. I'll get it eventually, and then once I hit the buy box, I'll sell. But if you have pictures on your listing, then for the people that are smart enough to like compare whatever, compare the listings, your picture will make your listing stand out so much that, I mean, they'll go right to it.
So I have one listing that has pictures, but when you search it, for some reason it don't show up.
The picture?
Yeah, the picture won't show up, and I don't know why. I kind of like yours now.
Go to your Seller Central, right? And your main page, it'll have some items that need to be fixed, and sometimes those pictures or images will be corrupted. And so you need to check that listing and make sure the image is correct.
Right.
It should be right on your Seller Central page, right in the middle.
Yeah, where it says like fix 27 listings.
Yes. Click on that and make sure your one item is not in there, the picture. Because I had a couple of items that the picture somehow didn't upload after it did all of its thing, and it came up as needed to be reloaded.
No, it's not even in there.
You can always just delete the picture too. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like me, I delete most of my pictures off of my memory card as soon as it gets filled up.
Well, on this one,
What's that?
on this one, it's kind of a big deal because it's the same product, it's the same UPC, but it's a different box.
Okay, so do you still have the picture?
Yeah, I mean, I can delete it and redo it, but
We'll
I've
just
done
do
that
that then.
twice now, and for some reason it's not showing up.
What is that?
Can I just show you my reasoning why I don't do pictures on everything? So look, this is a Monopoly game, and I know for a fact there's a bunch of pictures on this Monopoly game that people are selling. But if I go to my app, which is, more than half of the people that buy on Amazon buy from an app, and I click on that game, and I want to get one that's used, and I go to the used stuff. Let me just click it here, or collectible, I guess. Look, prices, no pictures.
Oh, so when you're on your mobile, then the pictures don't even show up when you're doing it.
Right. So they're not going to see your pictures. If they're doing mobile for basic stuff, if they're buying pens and pencils or any of that kind of stuff, they're
If
not
you
going to
click
see your photo.
the drop down thing, it doesn't bring it up under the condition, like where the condition notes are and stuff.
Well, it gives the basic photo, but I'm talking about adding additional photos. You're not going to see any additional photos
Hmm. Like
on
you have to go
on
through a lot
mobile.
of hoops to see the person's actual photos.
Even if you click all the way through to the actual individual's thing. So
Yeah,
that's
but I mean, it's. I don't shop on Amazon on my mobile. I do all my Amazon shopping on my computer, so I actually see those photos, and so I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like the 50% of people that are buying on their computer, you're gonna reach like if you can get 20% more of those people to like get attention to your listing, then
right.
it's worth it to do it for half of the people that are checking it on Amazon. I mean, if it's a pretty hot item that people are constantly replanning and constantly throwing up there, or like a used item like a Guitar Hero guitar or something like that. I mean, you probably want to have pictures of it just so people can see it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to get to is if it's something variable, like variable color or variable packaging or whatever, and you put that in your listing, then yeah, pictures make sense. But if your listing looks just like the base photo, or it is the base photo, uh, I I don't recommend putting pictures in there. That's just me. I mean, I want to get those things listed and move on to the next item. Uh, but I mean, that's just my personal opinion on that. I mean, you guys take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, so Julie said that she's new to the parting stuff out. If you've got any questions about it, just let us know. I mean, we've been doing that for a long time. That's a big part of most of our businesses, I think. Uh, I mean, I part out probably 2 or 3 appliances a week on average. I mean, I don't buy a ton of stuff like that, but I do it a lot. And I know Picker Army's talked about it. That's like Deb's main thing is parting stuff
Yeah,
out.
it's a huge part of my business. Like I'd say at least over 50%
So you
is.
know exactly like what parts to throw away and what parts to list and what's good
I
and
don't know.
what's bad.
I don't know exactly, but I do a lot of research. And I know. I mean, I list anything I can take off
Yeah. I don't like
in
keeping
my
my stuff
screwdriver.
around. For example, like I've got these Bissell steamers. I bought them at the Wampay. They probably cost me about $5 a piece. They're like the big steamer deluxes, with like the power head on top and the big bin. And I listed them, and all the heads and like the triggers and the handles and that stuff all sold like that, like right away. Within a week, all that stuff sold, and the rest has been listed for almost a month, and they're not moving at all. So, and it's the parts that take up space. So, it's stuff like that I'm trying to get the hang of a little more, like to figure out what actually moves and what doesn't. But it's a little annoying having big stuff like that hang around all the time. It's like computer cases. I mean, you can take a computer apart and sell everything for more than you could get for the entire computer. And the computer case itself, yeah, it'll sell eventually, but you're probably not going to make enough on it to deal with like all the crap that you have to deal with. So I'll take all the fans out, and I'll do a lot of like 10 or 15 fans, sell those like that. I'll take the motherboard out, do those, with the processor and the heatsink installed. I'll actually take the heatsink off though when I'm shipping it, because that heatsink is so big and heavy. When it gets knocked around inside, it can basically ruin the motherboard if it gets knocked around too much. So you have to be careful with that. I mean, yeah, it's pretty secure, but when you're talking about the motherboard floating around in a box, you want that heatsink separate. So I'll just sell the motherboard with the CPU installed, and then I'll sell the heatsink for like in a lot. Maybe I'll get 4 or 5 Union 4 heat sinks and sell those together, and then 4 or 5 AMD 64 heat sinks and sell those together, and that kind of stuff. It takes a lot less space to store, but when it comes to those cases, you just gotta toss them. I mean, they're just not worth holding on to, and I mean that's just like everything else. I mean, you can break up anything from video game consoles to computers to appliances. There's just so much stuff that you can break down, and it'll just sell better, and you'll get a lot more money for it at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like that thing that got put back together after I parted it out. I would have never sold that entire unit I would have never even priced it that high, so I would have priced it several, like $20, $25 less, maybe even $39.95 plus shipping, because the shipping on that thing is going to be a lot of money. So, you can make a lot more money parting things out than selling it whole.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, if you've got like a $400 blender or something like that, then just sell the whole thing. I mean, if you get a bottom mix for $10 at a thrift store, then you probably don't want to part that out, because it's going to sell better altogether. But like a brand new computer, something like an i5 or like what's the new big processor? Is that the i7 or the i5 or the i3? I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up on the really high-end computer stuff lately. Or like a Macintosh, especially Macs. Oh my God, don't part out a Mac. If you've got a Mac, just sell it as is. Even if it doesn't work, people will buy it and they'll buy the whole thing. I mean, I don't think I'd ever part out a Mac. But PCs, I mean, that's kind of what they built the entire PC industry around, is the fact that everything is plug and play compatible and it all interacts with each other. So
I would part out a Mac, like a MacBook. MacBooks
really?
To part out, but I wouldn't mess with like an iMac or anything.
You would part out a MacBook before you parted out an iMac.
Not before I would, no. But if I had a MacBook that something was wrong with it, I would part it out, because just for the fans alone, you can get up to like $25, $30 for each fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I usually just sell the power supply separate. You'll get $40 for a Apple power supply if it's original.
Oh, definitely, because the only way you can get them is either from Apple, which they are, oh my God, or
like $200 or something. Or you have to buy them secondhand, right? I was at a thrift store the other day, and I saw this guy walk out of he was right behind me in line, and he had an Apple iMac power supply for 99 cents in his cart. And I just mentioned to him, I'm like, I need an iMac power supply so bad, I wasn't like, I was trying to make it out like I needed one for me, and he got done cashing out and everything, and he was just a reseller, and he was like, but he was like a flea market guy, I could tell just by looking at him that he was a flea market reseller. He was buying a bunch of tools and stuff like that, and he looks at it and he's like, oh, well, if you need it, you can have it for $1. That's what I paid for it. I was like, here you go. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, they're pretty. When you can snap those up, if you know what to look for, buy them, because that's one of the reasons why I always check the cable bins. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like one bolo to look out for. I've only ever found like 3 or 4 of these in the wild. Honestly, most of the time I get these is a buddy of mine who owns a game store. He saves them for me. I pay him $40 each for them. And it's a GameCube component cable. And if you've ever looked at the back of a GameCube, can you guys see me now? Well, that GameCube does. The GameCube I used for testing doesn't even have the slot. But if you look at the back of a GameCube, some of them will have, they'll all have a power supply slot and then that little T slot for the AV cable. But some of them will have another proprietary slot. That proprietary slot is for the component cable. And those component cables sell for like $150. And they sell fast at that price. Every one that I've ever bought sold within a week. And, I mean, like I said, usually the only time I find them is if I is from my buddy. He owns a game store. Every once in a while, he'll get one in, and he'll sell them to me for $40, and then I flip them right away. And but I mean, I found like one or two at Goodwill's, just on the hanging up on the wire wall or whatever. So if you know what to look out for, just keep a lookout for those because they do pop up every time to time. And the other place that I found them before is for a GameCube, Jake. Jake asked in the chat here, component cable for what? It's a proprietary cable. The connection. If I had a GameCube on hand right now to show you guys, I would. I probably do in my pile over there, but maybe I'll show you later. But there's a little slot for component cable, and all it is the video. It's just the green, red, and orange, or the green, red, and blue wire. Or the video, you just use it runs off of the video from the regular AV. Then you plug in this other cable for the video if you want component for a game.
Now, Danica, you're a Mac user, yes?
Yeah, for the most part. I do everything on my Mac for my business.
The question was, someone had heard that many apps are not Mac compatible. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I don't use an iPhone. Is that what she's talking? Oh, I can see that. So I don't know why she would be talking about apps on a Mac computer.
Well, you can download any apps now and use them on your computer. They'll run on different operating systems. Most of the Android apps actually run on Windows, but there are a lot of apps that run on that only run on Apple, like
right. But anything like that runs on an iPhone, if you can get it in the iTunes store. I'm guessing I'm not understanding.
They downloaded an app to their phone.
Yeah, she must be talking about her phone.
Okay, I gotcha. I assumed when she said Mac that she was talking about like, a MacBook or an iMac or something.
Yeah, pretty much anything that I believe, just about anything that can run on Apple will run on hold on, let me rephrase this. Like all those Apple-only apps, they should run on Windows as well, but when you're talking about Android versus iOS, like when you're on your phone, there's a lot of stuff that only runs on Mac or on the iOS, and there's a lot of stuff that only runs on Android, and that's more a matter of, first of all, a lot of apps are made by just normal people,
She meant, I guess she said, sorry for her German translation. She meant program.
I think she's talking about software, like actual software. Like, how like people have such a hard time using like a Dymo on an Apple? I think she's talking about software compatibility.
There's workarounds for pretty much all of that. If you have something specific that you're talking about, then just put it in the chat and I'll, if there's a workaround or whatever, then I'll just put it in the chat for you.
Yeah.
That made sense, yeah?
Yep.
Caesar love you. In the chat.
Caesar never loves me.
He never loves any of us, only Brian.
It could be because I called him Oscar, though.
Yeah, so Franco Gutierrez said that he has a broken Airbook that retails for $1,800, and he dropped it, and now they want $800 to fix it. I'll be honest with you, man. There are a lot of people. If you look online and get into some of these Facebook groups, you can find people that will do repairs for you for a lot cheaper than you can get it done from Apple. Like most of the repairs that I do on Xboxes and PS3s and stuff, I mean, I'll charge $30 for a repair that it would cost you over $100 to get it done by Microsoft or Sony, and that's all day. You know, I mean, the parts are pretty cheap most of the time, and guys that work on these all the time kind of know. I would call some of your local repair shops around town and see if you can find somebody that works on Macs, and just see, because I mean, you know, a lot of these guys, they're not that busy, you know, and they're kind of struggling, and I mean, it's you don't for them it's an easy fix, and it doesn't take them that much time. All they have to do is buy the part, which is why these parts sell for so much, because you can't buy them from anybody either. You can't buy them from Apple, or you can't buy them unless you buy them from Apple, or you buy them from a second-hand person that's got a broken one or whatever.
If you have a Goodwill computer store, which we do, I've actually repaired some of my broken laptops, because what they do, you know, they part out their machines. So they take all the drives out, they take the hard drive, the CD players, and the monitors, and everything off the thing, but you can buy just the base, which is the motherboard, basically, and take all your stuff out of your machine and stick it right. I've repaired notebooks they sell those things for like $9.95 at the Goodwill outlet. And I had to buy 2 of them because one of them didn't work, but the other one worked fine, and I stuck all my stuff in there and put my display on top with some screws, and my laptop was working again. So you might want to try just looking up a base, like the bottom.
If you're talking about an $1,800 MacBook, it's worth it to see about getting it repaired. But MacBooks are not as easy. I mean,
as PCs?
Macs are not as easy as PC. They're built to snap together and stay together. There are a bunch of little hidden tabs and stuff. You have to know how to take those apart, or you'll ruin it trying to take it apart.
It's not hard if you take your time. Like, I take mine apart, but certain ones are easier to take apart than others. The MacBook, so
I'm not saying that it's hard. I'm just saying that you have to know how to do it, and you have to know where all the little hidden tabs are. And I mean, just there are videos for all that online. I mean, the way that I learned how to do all of it, the repair stuff that I do, is just watching videos on YouTube. And I mean, there's videos for everything, from iPod, like taking iPods apart and replacing the battery, all the way up to, you know, rebuilding a laptop. And, I mean, the Macs. I mean, not too long ago, I had a Sony cassette player that I wanted to fix, and I found a video on how to take those apart. You know, I mean, it's not that hard. And there's a video for everything.
YouTube has made everyone a professional disassembler or repair person.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing with my tablet last week or week before last. I was changing the screen on it, and it was all off of a YouTube video, and I was like, there's like a 90% chance I'm going to break this.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, but, I mean, as long as you're careful and you know what you're doing, then it's definitely worth it to at least look into getting an $1,800 laptop repaired by some other means than taking it to the Apple store. That's me personally, anyway. Yeah, so Frank Torres was talking about yesterday on his after the show went off air. He left a message about I made a comment on Resale Ronin Plays Dying Light or whatever, you know, for my new video game YouTube channel that I gotta make one of these days. But yeah, he was talking about how he used to be big into Counter-Strike, and that was the last big game that he was into. Oh my gosh. I had a roommate for a while. This dude was like one of the most insane Counter-Strike players I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was one of those dudes that would just show up in a public room and kill everybody. Walk out. He'd be like 120-0 at the end of the match, and everybody would be like, hacker, hacker. And, you know, watching that dude play, watching over his shoulder, it's like, how the hell? I mean, it's insane, but yeah, I never got very good at that game. I just would go into pubs with him and look good by following him around, but yeah, I got bored last night. It was the first time I turned on my PS4 to actually play a game in, man, at least a month or two. I was playing that new Lord of the Rings game. What's it? Shadows of Mordor or something like that. I don't recommend it. It's kind of boring. It's like a
I was getting ready to ask if it was any good.
It's a dumbed-down version of Assassin's Creed. It would be good for your kids, though, because you were saying the reason that you don't like Assassin's Creed is because You're actually taking out assassination contracts on people, and there's swearing and stuff like that.
Right.
This game takes most of that away, and you're not killing people, you're killing orcs. So, I mean...
So that would be good for Gavin.
Yeah, I mean, you're just running around killing these big, mean-looking monsters. I mean, it's not just like Assassin's Creed, like...
Not killing,
so,
defeat.
what's that?
Not killing, defeating.
Oh, no, you're killing them. You're ripping their heads off and taking their arms off and beating them with it. It's still bloody, but at least it's an orc and not a person. Yeah, but it's kind of cool, though, because if you die in the game, like, you could get killed by some little peon orc or something, and that orc moves up, you know? He's like, hey, I killed this dude, and he goes and challenges the war chief, and then he becomes the war chief, and now you got to go take revenge and track that guy down and kill him again later, because you're not a person in the game. You're like a wraith. You're like a ghost, and you're just running around Mordor killing orcs and trying to get to Sauron's main general or something like that.
It sounds more like Amazon and how to get the buy box.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was all right. I played it for a couple hours. That's the longest I've played a video game in a while. So, I don't know. I was kind of relieved this morning, and I woke up in that jacket that I sold. I got $350 for that Remy jacket. You remember that one, Danica?
Yes.
Yeah, I took a $350 offer, and I'm just like, oh, hey, I hope that I don't get this returned. But
That's awesome.
yeah, I got a really good feedback this morning when I woke up on it, so I was pretty relieved. That's what always freaks me out about selling really high-end items. I don't sell enough $500 items or $300 items to be able to really absorb that, so I got to kind of like not spend that money until I'm sure that I'm not going to receive it back.
Yeah, you wait for the positive feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, you wait for that feedback, and then you go ahead and like, oh, okay.
And then every message is, oh crap, don't let this be a bad one.
Please don't be about that. Please don't be. I woke up to 3 comments in my inbox this morning. I was like, please don't be about the jacket. And then I saw the feedback. I was like, yes.
Does everybody message him tonight when he goes to bed? About that.
Actually, no, my bud, or one of the, I used to work like part-time at this game store, and I was doing repairs for them. I would go in there whenever I felt like it and just fix Xboxes and stuff. And my cha-ching app would always go off, and my repair station was right next to the owner of the company's office. So every time he heard a cha-ching, he'd be like, did you sell something on eBay just now? Because he was trying to get into eBay. He's got like 50 items listed and like nothing selling and all this and that, and he still hasn't got eBay down. And I had to stop using like source. I used to source a lot from that store because they would get in so much stuff, and then they would sell it for like half what I could get it for on eBay. Well, he caught on and he started selling stuff on eBay himself, and yeah. So, but when I started there, he was just kind of getting into eBay, and my buddy found, or one of my buddies that worked there, he knew my store name because I showed it to him, and he would just constantly, while I was in there fixing stuff, send me comments on eBay to make it cha-ching. But yeah, I think that backfired. That's one of the reasons why the owner got into eBay so hard, was because he thought that I was doing all these sales, and he saw me walking out with like $300 worth of product every night, you know, because the only reason that I worked there is because it got me behind the counter. You know, I would sit there and pull out everything that I wanted to sell, and plus he would give me a little discount. It was like 25% or something like that. So I was using that discount, and I mean, I was doing pretty freaking good working for that place. I wasn't even there for the money, you know. I just, like I said, it got me in the back room. It got me to see all the stuff that he had back there that was junk that he wasn't selling. So he would sell me some of that stuff, and then I would see everything as it came in, and I would see it before it got priced and put out on the floor. So I would buy the stuff like that, and he got so mad. I mean, but it was one of those things that I never understood, because if I didn't do it, it would just sit there on the shelf and take forever to sell at his full price. And he just started, I don't know, people get greedy, man. They think that they need to get top dollar for everything, and
I
Yeah, we
sold
were
one of my
talking about the
phones.
banner earlier, Caesar. You should have. Yeah,
You
if you go
woke up on
back to
time.
about 30 minutes ago, then you can go and after we go off the air, see what we were talking about. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, if you go to my Facebook group, the Reseller Wakeup, uh, it's probably the easiest way to find the show every morning and get reminded of the show every morning if you're not actually uh, finding it through YouTube. Like if you like to get on Facebook, I pin the latest episode to the top of the show or the top of that group every day when I post my links, so it's real easy to find. But
Hey,
the first thing you're going to notice is this horribly drawn mock-up of a banner, and I just threw that together to kind of give people an idea of what I'm looking for. But I'm running a contest right now. If you have an idea for a banner, if you think you can do better than what's already been done, or you want to try something completely different that you think I'll like, I'm looking for a banner for the show. It's gonna go. It's gonna be the thumbnail I use for all the episodes, and I'm gonna have it on top of the Facebook group and everything. Uh, but we've got a few entries so far. Whatever entry I decide on using, I'm gonna send this little cell phone clip thing. It's for basically you hold your phone and you stick it to your windshield, and it'll hold a phone or a camera or whatnot. Like a universal cell phone clip, but uh, you can. It's got a little suction cup thing for the windshield, and then it's got a little sticky thing so you can stick it on a table or a desk or something like that if you don't want to have it in your car. It's really handy. It's the one that I use, and actually, Golden Finger Picker Chad, he's the one that turned me onto it. But after I bought mine, I found this one, so I'm just gonna give it to whoever creates the best banner, and it's gonna go at the top of the Facebook group. And like I said, I'm gonna use it as the thumbnail for the shows and stuff like that. But Caesar made an entry last night, and man, it's gonna be hard to beat that one, guys. I'm sorry, but if you think you can do better, I want to see it. Just go join the group. Like I said, even if you don't want to enter, you can go and just. It's an easy way to find the show every morning.
I don't know. Since Caesar's on the panel, we shouldn't allow him to enter, should we?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he's getting the clip. I'm just saying that I'm gonna have to use his entry. But yeah, anyway, this week's gonna be crazy for me. I got so much stuff to do. It's trying to get stuff listed is the hardest part. Just while I'm doing everything else as well. It's like I gotta kind of take an hour every day just to at least get 4 or 5 items up, no matter what. And I think I've got like 7 or 8 computers right now that I need to part out. And I think I'm going to do that this afternoon, actually, and then just take the. I don't think I'm going to try and sell the cases. I've got one case. It's like an Alienware looking case that might be worth something. The only problem is it's gigantic. I mean, it's like freaking huge. It's like a full tower, 7 or 8 bays, like four. It's got like 5 or 6 drive bays in the front. That thing is nuts.
Yeah, but Alienware is awesome.
It's not actually an Alienware brand.
Oh, it just oh, okay.
It just looks like an Alienware. It's got like the dials, like the fan control knobs and stuff like that. All the LED, like all the different LED fans and all kinds. I mean, it's pretty pimped out, and it's got a really good power supply. It's like a 600-watt high-end power supply inside. But yeah,
I'd sell it.
yeah, but I don't want to. I don't know where I'm gonna put it until it sells. But
There's a spot back there in the corner. I can see it.
another.
Just send it into Amazon. Let them hold it.
No.
God, could you imagine the storage on that?
I know. Stuff
Sorry,
like.
my phone is blowing up.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, the Amazon is not always good, guys, for everything, and especially if it's an unranked 10-year-old computer case that just looks kind of cool. But
Where's that computer case?
what's that?
Where's the computer case?
In over there somewhere in my pile. I'm not gonna get up and get it.
You just need to use those terms as your keywords. Decades old, cool looking computer case might be useless, but you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm sure that would go over quite well. I don't think people are
Yeah,
looking
he's
for
my phone
vintage
24
computer
hours.
equipment yet.
Retro and
Apple.
steampunk.
What's
Yeah,
Retro and steampunk.
that?
could be used as a fish tank.
Yeah. Wow, did you? That was your auction? That little Santa thing, Jake? Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, that was his.
Wow, that's awesome. Stuff like that, I wish I could pick out better. I'm so horrible at finding or like identifying those little freaking like kitschy, uh, silly looking things that are worth money. Like Jesse sold that mug for $65 or $70 or however much he got for it last week. Stuff like that, I never am good at picking out. I try and I always just fail miserably. I get it home, I try to look it up. It's like, wow, I found the auctions seem to be completely different when I was actually looking these up on my phone. Now I'm on my computer and it's not going for as much as I thought it was when I was doing my in the field research. But
So Julie was saying that about listing and how she just gets overwhelmed sometimes when she has so many items to list. And James, said just to pick one up and list it. Don't, pay attention to your pile or whatever. Do you guys have a little, trick that you use or some words of wisdom for people when they do get so freaking overwhelmed?
just exactly what you said. I go and I pick out 5 or 6 items and I research them, take pictures. First I take pictures, then I do the research. Just because, like these Jordans, I've got 3 pairs of these. They're all similar. I took the pictures first, just to make sure, like, because if I take the picture, then it's like, okay, time to list these. I have to find out what they are, and then I look them up, and it just makes me try a lot harder to figure out what they are. But every once in a while, like in the case of those Jordans, I couldn't figure out what they were. I still have the pictures ready, and I still have to do some more research, but uh, yeah, once I figure it out, then I'll list it. But other than that, like if it's just a Tommy Hilfiger shirt or, whatever, polo jacket, I'll
There's
just
one
grab
time
it
I
off
got
the
into
pile,
that rut
five
where
or
I
six
got
items.
100 items into a pile, and I just kept sourcing. I wouldn't list, and I just had to tell myself I had to stop, and I just got with that pile. I would just not even look at it. I would just pick up one item. I'd take a picture of it, list it, and when I finished with that one, I just go pick another item. You just gotta just do it. Just do one item at a time. Don't worry about the whole pile because it will become overwhelming for you, and you just won't do it. But if you
Yeah,
just do
once you
one
get
item,
fast, I mean, if you've got, okay, so like my little setup over there in the corner, like all it is 2 little lights and a white piece of poster board on a desk, and then I need to get a fluorescent light attached to the bottom of the roof of it, and I think that would make it like perfect. But basically, I can take, say like I want to list this camera, I tested it, it works. I take 2 or 3 quick pictures. I could have this listed 5 minutes from now, and it would look professional. And if you just do one at a time, and you get good enough where you can, just snap a few pictures and do a quick listing, then you can knock out 10 or 20 items an hour really easily. And once you get good at that, then it's, say like I have like these Air Jordans, for example. I've got 3 pairs of them. Like I said, they're all pretty close, so I could do 3 auctions at the same time and just copy and paste everything and have 3 auctions done in just about the same amount of time it would take me to do one. And when you get better at that kind of thing, then all of a sudden you can start knocking out like 20 or 30 items a day. My problem isn't that I don't list or that the pile keeps growing. It's that I will source 20 items and list 10 of them. And then I'll go out and source 20 more and list 10 of them. And source 20 more and list 10 of them. That's the trap that I keep falling into. But, yeah.
Willpower is what I think we all need a little bump in, when it comes to sourcing versus listing and shipping or whatever.
Yeah.
We all need a little like I was supposed to go sourcing yesterday because we took my kid to the orthodontist, which I don't even want to talk about the bill I got, but you know, I just made my, you know, I white knuckled it and went past, you know, 2 great places because I have so much crap here still.
Yep. Right now, I'm not doing any more eBay sourcing. I'm just gonna stick to sourcing for Amazon, and I mean, I'm just gonna do quick run-throughs in the thrift stores and try and keep it down to the home runs only. You know, if I find a pair of Air Jordans for $5, I'll probably buy them. You know, if I find a PlayStation 2 for $10, I'll probably buy it. If I find a copy of Earthbound for the Super Nintendo for $3.99, I'm buying it. Stuff like that. Just, but all the smalls, like I've been passing on so many like polo shirts and vintage blazers and all the stuff that I would buy for $1 or $2 just because it was so cheap. And yeah, I can sell that stuff for 10, 15 bucks, $20 on up to 40 or 50 if I find the right buyer, depending on the item. But some of that stuff just takes so long to have to sit on before it finally sells. So until I get my system better and everything better organized down here, my goal is that by the end of the year, people to like this space not to be a mess anymore and everything to look nice. But not actually as bad as it looks in the picture. I'm actually looking at my video, like looking at the shot myself, and it, like the way that I've got it set up, it's actually really cool how bad I make it look with my angle, because it's nowhere near that bad when I'm walking around in here.
Spoken like a true hoarder.
That's right.
My pathways are huge. They're like 12 inches wide.
I know. I barely even have to like squeeze through. I don't even have to squeeze through sideways most of the time. I can walk
It's
straight.
not like I have to walk
Right.
over things more than 3 or 4 times.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I only have to walk over 4 piles to get
Yeah.
down here, so
I do have to step over that VCR and that speaker over there, but that's it. I mean, it's not like I have to climb or anything. It's just lifting my foot up an extra couple feet.
Yeah, if you have to put some scaffolding in there to get over things, all right, it's time to change.
Yeah, exactly. When you're like
Me
putting up,
yesterday trying to turn sideways to like get through the door past my shelving thing, and then a bag that was hanging by my head.
yeah, that's when you gotta start looking, rethinking your organizational strategy.
Yeah. It's in this pile or that pile.
you know what would be cool is if we took like a day, like one of the shows or something, and did a tour in each of our rooms, like each of our areas, just kind of toured it around. I think that would be cool to see your work areas.
Oh, no. I'll be busy that day.
Me too.
Yeah,
Be
these
sick
guys
that
have,
day.
yeah, their cameras are facing up at the ceiling for a reason. These guys aren't as proud of their rooms as I am.
You guys, don't be weenies.
Yeah,
They're
I got thick
boxes
skin.
of stuff, floor to ceiling. No.
No shame in my game, guys. I'm an open book. I could care less what people think of me. That's probably the most important thing.
I'm completely shamed by all of the things in my room here.
I think I'll make a video of mine.
Yeah.
That way you guys aren't in on the whole thing. You're not in on the letting the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days we'll do it.
I've done like several like room cleanup videos of like before and after of my chaos.
Yeah, if you guys saw the cleanup video that I have planned, we'll see how it works out. We'll see if I go through with it, but it'll be pretty impressive if I do what I want to do.
Caesar.
Oh, Julie's asking where to get the best container lots. My best experience with getting containers is probably been from garage sales. A lot of times people will put like a box of like a bunch of shoes or a bunch of shirts in a big plastic bin, or a bunch of books in a bin, or a bunch of electronics in a bin, and I'll see the bin and it'll be like, okay, they want $1 here, $1 there. How much for the entire bin? Oh, $10. Okay, here you go. And then basically I'm paying $10 because I want the bin, and then I can go through everything else and sell it that, or break everything down that way.
Half price books.
When I go to yard sales, I didn't see a bin of books, and 25 cents or 50 cents, and I'll make an offer for the whole thing, and if she goes up her price or whatever in negotiations, I'll say, well, okay, we'll pay for this amount of price, and I get the bin with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, take the bin with you every time for sure. But that's probably the cheapest way to get bins. But you can also, I mean, they're not that expensive. If you go to Walmart or another big box store, if you're a Walmart hater, that's cool. Go to Lowe's or something. They'll sell them. They're like $10 probably.
Yeah, I've seen them on sale sometimes at Walmart for $5.88.
Yeah, they'll go on sale, and sometimes you can find them on clearance. But I find them at thrift stores every once in a while. Another thing that I'll do is when I'm kind of looking. There are a couple thrift stores in my around my place that have open back areas, so you can see the stuff. Like they just open the garage door right next to the donation area, so you can see the stuff that's coming in. And these are good. These are the guys. This is the places where they kind of put something off in the corner somewhere and don't get to it until they see me that day. Like they see a big box of video games, then instead of going through it, they'll just they'll put it off for a couple hours or whatever, hoping they see me. And if I show up, then they'll be like, "Hey, dude, check this box out we got over here. You want it? You want it?" And they'll sell it to me for like $20 or 40 or 50 or whatever it is, and or I'll make an offer on the entire box if it's something that I'm interested in. But a lot of times that stuff comes in bins, so I'll keep the bin too.
Half price books is a good place to go. Say what?
For what, bins?
Who are you talking to?
Explain yourself, Mike.
Just commenting on Dee's comment in the post, said straight after Christmas you will find Home Depot selling tubs really cheap.
Oh yeah, that's true. Right after Christmas they all go on sale. Target too. Target will sell them cheap.
Yeah.
What about
Right
you?
now
What
the
were you saying,
Halloween
Mike?
ones are on clearance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What
you want
were you
orange
saying, Mike?
bins? I was saying that if you go to the half price books where people sell their books and all their stuff, they usually leave the bins too, and you can just ask them at that desk there. They'll usually give you some for free.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't have a half price books around here, but I've got a couple other stores that are similar,
Yeah.
and I use them a lot. I mean, that's like a great place to get. I don't know. Did your half price books sell everything, or do they just sell books?
They sell everything.
Like everything from video games and DVDs all the way up to like TVs and CDs.
Yeah, they have it all, man. They have games, toys, DVDs, records. I mean, they have a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah, it sounds like one of the stores that I have around here. But basically, what I'll do is I'll go to Goodwill, or garage sale days. I'll just go to garage sales and buy books, like we were saying. How much do you want for the box, or how much do you want for all your books? And then I'll take them there without even looking at them. I'll get them for $20 or $30. Sometimes I can get people to come down to like 5 or 10 just to get them out of their house. I've actually been throwing around the joke, how much are you going to pay me to haul it all away for you? But I haven't had anybody jump on that one yet.
They'll
But
do.
no, I know eventually it'll happen. Somebody will pay me to get rid of them all. But I just take them straight over to the store, and they'll give me store credit. And usually, on average, it's about $1 or $2 per book that they pay out. They only keep like, I don't know, they'll keep like less than half. And a lot like that I pick up at a garage sale, they'll keep maybe 20% of the books. And if they're giving me $1 or $2 each for them, and I've got 100 books, that's $20 to $40. I always make my money back right away just doing that, and then I take they'll give me store credit, and then I'll take that store credit and go and buy whatever in the store. I mean, They've got like all the different versions of Monopoly. They've got Blu-rays and DVD sets for buy one get one for $1. They've got old vintage video games, like anything that isn't a current system, they sell for like $2.95. So I mean, I'll pick up $10 or $20 games all day for $3 each, and I'm using or like store credit that I got from selling the books for that I paid nothing for or very little for. And then once, of course, I get the books home, I take the rest, or I go through them, send anything to Amazon that is worth sending to Amazon, and then I'll just send the rest to the thrift store. You know, like I'll either take them to Savers or Unique, which is the same company, and you take them a box of books or a bag of clothes, and they'll usually give you a 30% off coupon. That's that place is they price themselves pretty high, but you can find really good deals there. Like that's the kind of place where you walk past the $100 pair of shoes behind the showcase to the electronics section and find you know, I don't know, $100 TV for $15 or a $200 printer for $5. That kind of stuff. But
Cool.
there's a lot of different strategies that y'all can use to get good deals and stuff. But as far as the bins, that's probably the best way I know to get them really cheap is just keep an eye out for bulk lots. Don't pay so much attention to what's in the bin, because if you're buying it for the bin and you can get the bin for what you would pay for it new anyway, and you get a bunch of stuff along with it, yeah, you become a hoarder pretty fast. But just be diligent, go through it, figure out what you can sell and what you can't, throw the rest away or scrap it. You got a question, Danica?
No.
In the in the chat.
Oh, I have a question in the chat. After all that. Where is it?
Oh, Julie said something. Danica after.
Oh, the women's night on Chad's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she says she's too embarrassed to talk on air. Julie, you don't have to make it a hangout on air. Just do a hangout with somebody and say, hey, this is an organizing hangout, or hey, this is a listing hangout, or, you know, whatever. And you'll get people that come in because they want to do whatever it is that, you know, you put in your description. And you don't have to make it go live like we do.
And after our hangout goes off the air, when I open it up, you can't make it live again. It's done. I would have to start a whole new hangout, set up another event, and go live again on that one. So when you're clicking, like when you come to the Facebook group and you're joining the hangout from the link that we post up, that's another thing. I only post the after show hangout in my Facebook group, so you got to go to the Reseller Wakeup if you want to come and check us out, talk to us, ask any questions, whatever after the show. Just go and look for the link after we make the hangout open, and you'll click on it and it'll say this is a hangout on air, blah blah blah. Just click through that because it's not a hangout on air anymore. I cannot make it go live again. You can only make it go live once. Once you stop the broadcast, you have to start an entirely new hangout to go live again. But yeah, I missed that show. Julie, were you on the meet and greet or something? Was she on the meet and greet? Do you guys know?
I think she was on the Where's My Thrifting Girls At?
Oh, okay. Was that last Thursday or?
No, there was one night that it was like on a Wednesday night, like halfway.
No, it was when Chad did the ladies' night.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she was on that one. Yeah, I missed it. I saw like half of it. Yeah, I think I saw. You know what? I did watch that one. I just don't remember everybody who was on it. Elena came on and she kind of stole the show, I think. She had a bunch of stuff to show off. That's about the only part that I remember about the ladies' night.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Were you on it? No, you were obviously on it. It was like a month or two ago.
No, it's fine. Fine.
It was like a month or two ago. You expect me to remember stuff from a month ago when I can't even remember what I did yesterday?
Whatever.
Oh, sorry. I'm such a horrible person.
Yes.
I'm such a meanie. Yeah. It's actually getting nice again here, finally. The last all weekend, it was just freezing cold. It's been snow on the ground and just nasty, but I don't, let me see what it's supposed to do today. I didn't even look at the weather this morning. I don't know why not. It's like it's like right there on the top of my phone. Yeah, it's 32 degrees right now, so it's supposed to get up to like 50.
I mean, I'm actually colder here than where you're at.
Colorado's not that cold. I mean, like they always say, if you don't like the weather in Colorado, just wait a few hours.
They say it about every place in the United States.
We're not supposed to get above 20 for most of this week, so
Yeah,
Mom's not going out many this week or much this week.
yeah. I'm actually probably gonna hit some Walgreens today. I just got my payout from Amazon yesterday, so.
Hey, do your bicycle video today. Bicycle ride along.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till I get a.
Today, well, right now it's only like 39, 40 degrees, and it's only going to get to 71 today. So it's going to be chilly.
Shut up.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get another motorcycle. I got these plans to do like traveling arbitrage videos where I just ride my bike around, do some picking that way, and then just drop everything off at the UPS, like before I go home. See how that works out. Just everybody, how easy it is. Anybody can do this. I could definitely do it if I got an RV. That would be cool.
That's what we want to do.
Just park outside of a Starbucks every morning to suck off their Wi-Fi and do the show, and then just go do retail arbitrage all day. It'd be a good way. Plus, I'd already be at Starbucks, so I could go and get my couple pounds of Christmas blend every morning before anybody gets there and it sells out.
Yeah, speaking of which, you're going to go and get a loan to buy all that coffee? Get a couple of cases?
Say what?
Are you going to go and take out a loan to get a couple of cases of coffee with Christmas blend to list?
I would be pegging that stuff all day. Yeah, but
Let's just start with
the weekend should be good. Actually, I think this weekend might be, yeah, it's 50% off at Goodwill. So probably gonna have to at least go and see what is going on. But I'm not a big fan of going to Goodwill on the sale days. I like to go to Goodwill the day before the sale because everybody who is kind of like or whatever, all the people that are going to actually source are going on the sale day, so they kind of skip the day before, it seems like, and it's just a lot more quiet, and all the good stuff is there still, people. I've found so many like big ticket items just going to Goodwill the day before a 50% off sale because everybody sees them and they're like, oh sweet, I just have to be first tomorrow morning. If I'm first through the door, I'll get it tomorrow. So, man, huge boxes of Legos, video games, systems with like, man, this one time I walked into a Goodwill, it was a Friday night, right before they were about to close. I got like a 50-pound box of Legos, like a huge bin, like a plastic bin, like we were talking about. I even got a free storage bin out of it. $25 I paid for that box. And then they also had 2 Nintendo 64 systems in bags. Both of them had like 10 games in each bag. So I got like 2 copies of Mario, 2 copies of Smash Brothers. Anybody that knows video games knows what I'm talking about right now. I think I paid like $30 a piece for them. And then I didn't even bother to look, but I got them out to the car and I'm like, oh wait, I better check the expansion. Both of them had the expansion. That was a good score. But that was the first time I realized Friday night's probably, or the Friday night before a sale is probably the best night to show up.
No, Paul, when you go out sourcing, do you plan ahead of time? Okay, I'm going to go and do eBay sourcing or Amazon sourcing, or do you wait till you walk in and let the items tell you?
No, I either go out sourcing intentionally for eBay or I source intentionally for Amazon because and it's not that I'm not looking for Amazon stuff while I'm outsourcing for eBay, but I'm not looking for eBay stuff when I'm outsourcing for Amazon. I mean, if I'm doing arbitrage and if I'm going out for specific items to sell for Amazon, I don't even have my eBay app open. I'm not even looking at eBay that day. You know, I'm just going through and finding just the stuff that I can send into Amazon. But I mean, if I'm out at a thrift store or the Weigh and Pay or something, and I see something that's brand new and sealed, of course I'm gonna look it up on Amazon and see if it's worth sending into them. And of course, if I find like a video game system or whatnot, I check both to see which one's better. But I don't know. What about you guys? Do you? I know, like you, Callie, you do the same thing, right? I mean, you're always looking for both. You don't really go out.
Yeah, when I go out, I let the items tell me. I know when I see something that will be worth money, and I'll pick it up. But then when I bring it back home, I will check both eBay and Amazon, see which one sells more. But I don't pick things specifically for eBay or Amazon. Just let the items tell me what they want to do.
Right on. Yeah, somebody mentioned Spreecast. I have looked into it, but I hear that they're starting to charge for the shows, so I'm not looking to spend money on this show until I start.
It was Catherine Shelton was doing her Spreecast, and I think she's still doing them, but she's moving more towards the YouTube Google Hangouts.
Yeah, I really like the Google Hangout format. I think this is a great format. I like how many people you can have on the panel. It does get a little wonky when you have tons of viewers during a live show. Like once you break 100, I think that's when it starts getting where you can't see each other and it's really laggy and it's hard to kind of control the flow.
I do want to say on Thursday, Larry mentioned it a bit. We are going to do a marathon Spreecast. I think it's like 15 hours of programming. It's Chris Green is part of this, and he's going to do this Spreecast for the Wounded Warrior Project. So,
That's awesome.
So how's that working?
not sure.
About it?
I don't know much about it. Catherine was talking to me a little bit about it. She's going to be on that show for the marathon. So I have not had a chance to look into it as much. But
yeah, we gotta get Catherine on this show. She ignores my friend requests, and she ignores she ignores me when I ask her. I don't know. I'm not big enough yet.
No. You already have your negative. You already have a dislike, so you made it.
Oh, that's
It's
just because.
just because she gets so many.
What's that?
And she's in California, so I doubt that she would get up early enough.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Haters gonna hate though. I don't care about my dislikes. Like I said, I don't even look at them.
Absolutely.
I dislike.
Yeah, her morning is getting her kids ready for school. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I look at them a little bit. You know, maybe it is because we just haven't been talking enough, or we do the show every day, guys, Monday through Friday. Can't expect a home run every single time, but I'll tell you what, if you're a fan of the show and you like what we're doing, just make a little comment about it after the show's over in the comment section. Come join the Reseller Wakeup group on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter, Resale Ronin. Plus, everybody here is on. Everybody on the panel here has their own channels, and we all make videos. We all have websites. Well, some of us have websites. And after the show goes off the air, after a couple hours, it'll let me edit the comments or edit the description. And once I can get to that screen, then I'll add all the links to everybody's channels. So I encourage you to go and subscribe. Plus, if anybody on the panel makes a comment in the chat there, then you can just mouse over their name, like I'm about to do that right now. You can see when you mouse over somebody's name in the YouTube chat, there's a little window that comes up with a red subscribe button. And if you hit that button, then you're subscribed. And I'm getting an error on everybody for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, they're
It does that every once in a while, I guess. This is okay. So, Picker Army's good. Callie, you're good. But yeah, just go ahead and subscribe to everybody's videos and go check those out later. You gotta go and watch the interview that you did yesterday. Still, James, I haven't gotten around to it, but I guess it was a little controversial. Had a little controversy with your title on your latest video, James.
yeah. Posted a couple places. It was just the title. It's Crystal, the redheaded marketer. She's going to be doing this show in regards to relationships. She said she's dating again. She's going to do this show about relationships, and she talks about sex and stuff like that. And I put just in the title, she talks about relationships, sex, and marketing. And some people, some groups, saw the title and immediately deleted it. Oh, it's not family friendly. Did you look at the video?
That's too bad.
Issues. So, yeah, that was my issue that some people were having with my video.
Yeah, that is what it is. I mean, sex sells, and you've got a marketer on. You're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine that people judge things without knowing what they're judging.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, they just take these shotgun reactions to stuff, It's like they immediately make a decision based on just taking a glance at something. They don't give it a chance. It annoys me too, but that's one of the reasons why I like the internet so much, because I think it's teaching people to get away from that. People are doing it less and less, but I mean, there are still a lot of people out there that are always going to do that.
Except for eBay and Amazon, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
Except for buy it by the picture, and that's it.
Yeah, everybody's got their own ideas about that, but yeah, if anybody on the chat found this show via the Craigslist ads we posted, I kind of want to see, because we've got a few more people on average than we usually do. Seems like we picked up some more, so I know that's just because, when you do a show every single day, you're going to pick up a person or two. But
there's some names I don't recognize today, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I would be interested to see if the Craigslist thing worked.
Yeah, and there was 3 or 4 more people added to the Resellers Wakeup just for the show.
Yeah, I saw that as well, so that was cool. But yeah, if you guys, basically what I did this morning was myself and a couple other members of the panel posted a little ad on Craigslist to the show just to see if we could get anybody else watching. Just, we want to get it out there. And my whole idea about Craigslist, like what I think about Craigslist is there are a hell of a lot more resellers on there than there are like normal people trying to sell their stuff these days. Like, Craigslist is reseller central, I mean, 90% of the ads are just people trying to sell stuff for eBay prices out of their garage. So, I mean, I do it too. I don't judge, but there aren't as many deals to be had because there are just so many resellers on that site now. But yeah, I'm thinking I got a couple of ride-along videos that I need to get edited and up because I haven't been doing them. I haven't had time to do much editing, and after the last video that I did, they took down the monetization because I had music that I had taken off of a free website, and they wouldn't put it back on. It's like, why am I even bothering with that stuff if they're just gonna, try and stifle my creativity like that? But,
my FBA toolkit video will go up today.
Oh, cool.
About using that.
Yeah, FBA toolkit is really simple. I mean, you can just go to FBA toolkit. It's .com, right? Is there a space or a hyphen in there or anything?
No, it's just .com.
So it's FBAtoolkit.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically it's a website where you can take the ranking of an item on Amazon and put that ranking into the specific category that item is in, and it'll tell you how many sell a day and like how many have sold within the last day. And there are certain items, like if you sign up for the website, then you can get specific items tracked. Otherwise, you have to just go by the ranking, which is good enough information. But basically, what that does for you is if you know, say, like you pull up a toy that's 100,000 ranking, and you're like, oh man, 100,000 ranking, that's kind of high. I'm buying this thing for $4, and the FBA price is $15. Is it worth it to buy at that price, or is it going to take too long to sell? So then you just, I don't even think Profit Bandit pulls that FBA toolkit information, do they? Any
No.
Bandit is just camel, camel, camel.
Yeah, I don't think Profit Bandit has FBA toolkit.
Yeah, so
it's still in beta, but
yeah.
The information is invaluable, and you
That's
can do
what I'm saying.
you can do more than just looking at the rank and stuff, like how many it sells and things.
What else can you do with it?
There's the what do they call it? I think it's called they call it price analysis. Hang on, I'm bringing it up real quick so I don't tell you the wrong. Yeah, price list analysis, where you can upload your spreadsheet, and then like you said, the product tracking, and the ranks. I think I'm going to add that. I'm going to do the price list thing and see, so I can show how that works. So I'm going to add to the video, and then I'll put it up, because I haven't I haven't done that where you upload the spreadsheet and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely need to see that. I want to, like right now, I'm using Seller Central for everything, but I'm not sending enough stuff to Amazon to really need to worry about streamlining anything. I can knock out 40 or 50 items on Amazon, get them all up on the site in an hour. It's so fast, and then it's just a matter of packing everything up and shipping it in. And my average shipment for Amazon is only about 40 items, 50 items a week, something like that. So it's not like I'm putting too much emphasis on it. eBay is still better for me because I'd rather spend $1 and make 10 than spend $3 and make 10. And with FBA, it's more towards spending $3 and making 10 than making a whole lot, like bigger margins on eBay. But yeah, it's been in beta for a year, Jeff Davidson says. So yeah, I guess it's been around for a while. That's just one of the tools that you can use. We actually did a show on this last week. Was it last Tuesday? Does anybody remember? What episode was that? I would have to look it up and go back and see. But we did a big episode on. It was actually a really informative episode about a lot of the tools and websites that you can use to make Amazon, basically navigate Amazon a little better, or like research pricing on Amazon, I should say. Like figure out what stuff's worth, how well it sells, how often it sells, all that. So if you go back and check out that show, there's a lot of good information. I think that was one of our more content shows. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be fun though. We're going to have Ronnie Hart on. Most of you are probably from the Reseller Society, so you know who Ronnie Hart is. If you're not, go to the Reseller Society Facebook group, join up there, get a lot of great information over there. But he's one of the founders, and he is he's a pretty big eBay clothing seller. So we're going to get him in, pick his brain, and hopefully I can get him to talk a little bit more than he usually does about his business and what he's doing and how he's grown over the since he started on eBay and kind of how he got started. But that would be a fun show. Wednesdays kind of tend to be my special guest day. Don't know who we're having on next Wednesday yet, but if anybody has a suggestion for somebody that might be interested in coming on the show and kind of telling us about their process, what got them into eBay or Amazon, if they want to just talk about reselling, then get me their name so that I can try and get in contact with them. Or if you know them personally and you can get them to try to contact me, that would be great as well. We love having special guests on, really fun guests, lots of energy. But
I'll go ahead and come on Wednesday, next Wednesday.
right on, thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome. So next Wednesday is going to be Picker Army.
We need Chris Talbot as a listing expert.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where's Chris? But he was probably worn out from babysitting yesterday.
Oh yeah, his 2 listings a day. Yeah.
He was aside for babysitting.
Say what, Mike? Yeah, but
He's going to double his output. He's getting that scanner.
Didn't he get it like a week ago now?
I don't know.
yeah. Oh yeah, he got that USB scanner. I don't understand. I don't know. I think you have to be pretty high volume, but I take it for granted. It's one of those things, you take for granted what you know. And I mean, I can type like 90 words a minute or whatever, and my 10 key is just as fast as picking up a USB scanner and scanning the barcode. So I don't know. I haven't invested in a scanner yet. I'm just too good, guys. I'm too good for a scanner. That's all it is.
Well, and you're only listing half the items you buy.
What's that?
You only list half the items you buy, so yeah, it couldn't be that bad. Couldn't be that hard.
Only about 10% of the items that I buy have barcodes. I will say this, everything that has a barcode does get listed. That's what I do first. That is what I consider low-hanging fruit. If I see something with a barcode, I grab it and I list it. So Caesar said that we have more viewers in our show. That's hard to believe. What did we hit, like 45 or something, 48?
It's 44 right now.
I know we were at 48. We didn't touch 50. I want to touch 50 on a day that isn't Wednesday. We touched 50 the last couple Wednesdays, though, so I think.
I think we had like 53 one day.
Yeah, I think it was last Wednesday, wasn't it, when we hit 53? I don't know. I don't pay attention to the days. I like to see my viewers go up. It's just a cool little high score for us for the day. I do like those likes too as well. What's that?
You're doing a daily show. It's hard to remember. Okay, last week we did this.
Oh yeah, it's really hard to remember. So you just have to go back, guys, and watch every episode if you haven't already. I mean, there's only like 30 of them or something like that. Hey Callie, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, what we do yesterday. Sometimes it's hard to remember that.
What did we do yesterday? I don't even remember. I think Chad was on talking about pagling or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I remember Chad got his new office space, and then people started asking him what he was selling, and Brian mentioned Old Navy, and it went from there.
I know what yesterday was about. Chad was training his new assistant.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
the invisible one.
Yeah, that went so well. It was like he wasn't even there.
Right. So everybody, the private hangout. I don't know about the private hangout, but.
Oh no, I told Julie if she wanted to do one.
Oh, okay.
And yes, Logan Pagel is now a member of the Reseller Society, so you can give him crap in there too.
Oh, so got to send him a link to that wrestling singlet. That'll get him some hits on YouTube.
I think I already did a while back. I don't know, Mike, do you still have that link on your sidebar in eBay?
What is eBay? Is that some kind of a... Is it like a home shopping network thing or something? What is that?
Oh, yeah. Too many inside jokes going on around here, guys. Yeah, but if you actually hang out in the hangouts and you'll, after the show, come see us, get to know us, you'll definitely know what we're talking about pretty quickly. You get to get in on some of these jokes, but also, if you're just interested in maybe coming on the show, talking with us, telling us about yourself, we want to talk to everybody. If you got a webcam, microphone, that's all you need. Just get with us after the show when the hangout goes live. Go to the Reseller Wakeup Facebook group. The link will be posted there. You can pop in, talk to us, introduce yourself, whatever, and we'll get you on. But pretty simple process. Usually, we'll I try and get at least a couple new people on every week. But we want to hear from everybody. And I don't care if you're new, actually, especially if you're new. I mean, if you're like a expert and you've been doing it for years, yeah, want to hear from you too. But I mean, if you're new to FBA, you're just starting out and you're doing really good numbers, we want to know where you figured everything out because it's fresh in your mind, I mean, you see this all the time on the Facebook groups. People will post a picture of their screenshot of their phone where, hey, I've been doing FBA for a month and they got $5,000 in sales or whatever. Come and share your experience while it's fresh in your mind. Tell us what you did. Tell us who you learned from, where you got your information to do that. And you don't have to give us any of the items you're selling or anything like that unless you really want to. We're not above that. You can definitely do that if you like. But for the most part, we just want to know, where people are getting the information that's making them successful. And I feel like the best people to ask sometimes are the newer people that don't think that they know a whole lot because it's, like I said, it's still fresh in their mind. Maybe they don't have as many sources and they've just found one that is awesome, or maybe they came up with some process or something that's different than what everybody else is doing that hasn't been talked about yet. So
Just a fresh perspective.
yeah, exactly. I mean, for us, our perspectives have kind of intermingled over the months. I mean, we've been hanging out with each other for so long, and we've been talking with each other and brainstorming with each other for so long that, I mean, we've kind of adapted each other's practices, and there's still certain things that each of us do differently. But when you get somebody new in the group that maybe has their own ideas, then it just makes everybody better. So that's why we want to hear from everybody. And if you don't want to get on live, you can just come comment on the video later. If you've got any questions for us, comment there. I mean, questions sometimes get a little lost in the comment section. I can't always sit there and run the show and watch the comments. These guys, other people on the panel, they try to do that, but
Congratulations, Jeff.
hey, so I guess we'll hit over 50 at some point. Somebody said that'd be pretty cool. What did Jeff do? Oh, yes, he got his new underoos yesterday. Right on. Did you buy those at the thrift store?
Mike Warren, he said he watches you in the morning with 7 other people while they have coffee before they head to work. So you do have 50 viewers.
Oh, okay, right on. That's what he was saying. Yeah. Yeah, Picker Army. What you saying? Your wife was showing the show off to a couple groups of people or something like that before you started?
She has some folks at her work that are actually watching it and stuff. They can't get in the chat obviously, but while they're sitting at their desks or whatever, they're watching.
Oh, that's cool.
So, hi, Elvia. Yeah. Good job on your FBA stuff.
Hi, Elvia. What's going on, Jeff?
No, just woke up. Thought I'd jump in.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning, Danica.
You got the new underoos?
Yes, I did. I'll wear them
Please
tomorrow.
do not show. Please do not show them. Please.
The shirt.
Ordered some merino underoos, so I am excited for those to get here.
Nice. So did you pick those up?
Or the onesie?
I so want a onesie. I need a onesie.
Right.
With feet.
Yeah. Little animal ears, little hoods. You could dress up as a furry and come on the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Leather?
At noon.
Yeah, a leather spotted cow costume or something.
Are you saying I'm fat?
That'd make a good onesie.
Did she say last week she was already a furry?
What's that?
Wait, what?
Didn't she say last week she was already a furry?
Already a furry?
With the blonde legs?
Oh, yeah, they were talking about No Shave November.
Yeah. How's No Shave November going for everybody else? Looks like Jake kind of... What's that?
I shave. When I don't shave, I scare my clients.
Yeah, you're not participating. Looks
I don't think you're not shaving.
Yeah.
Oh, just grow it out and become Jeff Dynasty.
Hey Jeff, hey Jeff, I don't think it's the not shaving that's scaring them.
Yeah.
Probably the underoos.
I did the whole not shaving the first half of the year. It's cold.
Yeah.
So Jeff, what's this about fish oil?
Huh?
Caesar said, Jeff is in the house. Now time to talk about fish oil.
Oh no, he's probably talking about aquaponics. We were getting on to that last week, and everybody was wondering what the hell we were talking about.
I don't know anything about fish oil, except for the little pills I take.
Yeah. Maybe he's talking about fish water.
Yeah.
Some inside joke that only he's a part of.
Yeah. So one-sided inside joke.
I have a lot of those.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to keep the inside jokes to a minimum and explain them as best we can, guys. But every once in a while, something pops up where nobody knows what the hell anybody's talking about. But that's what you get when you talk for 2 hours straight every single morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The name of the show, the Reseller Wake Up. And that's right, guys. We're wrapping this up. It is that time again. And you can join us on Facebook. Go to the Reseller Wake Up on Facebook. And you'll see a little banner there, hand-drawn, looks like crap. I need a better one. I've had some good submissions so far, but if you've got an idea, I just need that banner to give people an idea of what I had in my mind when I was doing it. If you've got a better idea, if you've got a submission, go ahead and go to my Facebook group, the Reseller Wake Up, and post it up there. Like I said, we've got several other ones so far. You can totally rip off somebody else's and make it your own if you want, or whatever. But if you win, if we pick your banner, then you'll be receiving one of these. It's a cell phone clip.
Oh, right.
It's on the windshield. It's got a little sticky thing that you can attach, so you can put it on like a table or a dash or whatever. This is the one that I use. You can stick a phone on there. You can stick a camera on there. It'll hold. It's pretty big. I mean, this thing would probably hold a tablet, and it's really sturdy. But I use this for making videos when I'm in my car. Chad, the Golden Finger Picker, uses the same one. He was the one that told me to get one of these, and I got one right away. And then I found that one after I already purchased one. So I want to encourage people to start making videos. Get on there, get on YouTube, start telling us about your process. I want to know all your secrets. There are no secrets here. We're a community. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up. If you go to any of these people's YouTube channels, I'm going to post the links after the show. You can subscribe there. Lots of good information, interviews, how-tos, haul videos, all kinds of stuff. Go check them out. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.